Hello and welcome back to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by W Energy Drinks, drinks for gamers, and EAC Eldridge Air Conditioning. They're our sponsors for this upcoming season, so thanks very much for them again. Right, so this is our new season of our Sunday Championship, and first round in Japan here at the Fuji International Raceway. 2.8 mile clockwise circuit, 16 corners. It's approximately 80 miles southwest of the capital, Tokyo City. And this is the setting for our first endurance race. We've got 3 enduros over the course of the 10 weeks. And then the rest are kind of split between sort of 25-minute sprint races. These are 50 minutes or the equivalent to 50 minutes, 30 laps round here. At Fuji Speedway. This is League 2. A lot of the names you will be familiar with, some of which would have come up from League 3 from last time out, so you will recognise them ones, but obviously a few others that you may not, but there are still quite a lot here that you probably will recognise from the past championships. So knowing that I've got to get a move on with all this chat because of the recording time, I'll probably leave it as that now, and I'll get straight on to the race. Obviously, the guys have done all their qualification laps, and they are in the positions that are set. So let's get through those positions and get on with this race. So in pole position, we've got Dyson. We know him, of course, from League 3 previously. Just got it in the end, didn't he, the championship, and congratulations to him. He's up here into League 2 now. We've got Brian Moncani in second, Cherry Bomb in third, Captain Slow, of course, we know as well, in fourth, Ardle Gaming in fifth, Conrad in sixth, Brider Mechanic in seventh, C Brown in eighth, Jabber in ninth, Kebab Man in 10th, Benzo in 11th, and the Big Mac in 12th. I've got to say thanks to as well for the replays here. Without them, we wouldn't be doing this now. So that's it. That's the grid. I won't run through the regs. Basically, it's all the tyre compounds got to be used on the enduros throughout the duration of the race. Was basically in any order you like, and that's it basically. So let's get on with this then, and away we go now. So as they come down this really long straight here at Fuji Speedway, one of the longest in the motorsports in the world, and they all go through into a line coming down this really tight right hand hairpin corner, really tricky one to get right as they all come down here. Up the inside goes Captain Slow. In fact, that might be Cherry Bomb coming around the outside, but either way, nicely through there together. So well done to them for that. All through anyway as we look back through the field, back to Benzo in 11th and the Big Mac in 12th. Now the one change that we have got as we watch them come around this really sweeping right-handers into this next left is half a second for Captain Slow, and he's too much on the throttle for Captain Slow. He's just going to keep out of the way and wait for everybody. No, you've got to get it in gear. Struggle to get that into reverse there, but he's at the back now in 12th, and that penalty as well. So yeah, not the greatest start for him, unfortunately, as they go through the chicane. Just a little bit too much welly, wasn't it? In fact, let's go back to have a look and see what happened to Captain Slow. I think it was just a bit too much as he came round that left-hander. We kind of watched it anyway, real time, didn't we? He's in third place as well at this point, and applied the power now, and just didn't quite catch it, did he? And that's the end of that. So as the rest of them playing down now, it's Dyson and Brian at the front here. First and second coming through this tricky last sector of the circuit. Now the first part is quite easy really, and we hit this really tricky last sector as Dyson just took a little bit of the curb there. That Napa livery car. And what we have got, which is a change to this new season, is apart from an additional new league, we've actually got 5 leagues now running here at the Ultimate Racing League, and that is that They're actually 10 teammates or 10 teams. 2 teammates per league. But ultimately, they're all one. Just missed that as Brian has a move up the inside of Dyson. I think he gets it done. No, he doesn't. Has to sit back behind Dyson, but good move. Almost worked there for Brian in that turn 1 hairpin corner. So we've got teammates in all of the 5 leagues, all with the same liveries on, in different cars. Well, each league have the same car, but some of the leagues are GR4s, some are GR3s. And basically, as well as the team results, you've also obviously got your own personal results, but also your teammate in your league as well. So quite a lot going on in terms of the team this year, or this season. You see Cherry Bomb coming round for Team Castrol. See Brown in the Falcon. As you can see, it's all one make as well. This is all the Subaru cars in this particular league too. As we see Brian Mechanic going up the inside with the Big Mac. Big Mac went a little bit wide. That's going to allow Brian to go round the outside. Does he get it done? No. Not sure he can go round. Oh, he does. Yeah, and taking advantage, of course, up the inside as well. Here's Benzo. But he's on the outside now as well as Benzo. I don't think he's going to get that done. He's going to do the switchback now on the Big Mac. No, he didn't get that done at all. He's going to sit right behind the Big Mac now, see what he can get in terms of a slip coming down to turn 1. Started on the medium tyres as Benzo, and the outside of the Big Mac now is in prime position to take that 7th place. Can he get it stopped though? Oof, very late on the brakes. Does he run it too wide? Is the Big Mac going to come back on the inside? No, he doesn't. So gets that done. Benzo up to 7th. As our leader's doing. Dyson still leading it from Team Marlborough. Brian McCartney in 2nd. And then the Falcon car, Vidal 4 Gaming, who we know all about as well from last time out. We know he's a quick driver. All quick, but we know that he was up there fighting, wasn't he, to get his promotion obviously up to League 2, and it obviously worked. Otherwise we wouldn't be watching him now, but along with Dyson. So through this tricky left-hander, a lot of camber here. Got to be careful the car doesn't bottom out through there. And into this final right-hander. Some like to take that wide, others will take it a little bit more shallower in there. Try and get the apex still, and then full on the throttle here. Now, depending on what the guys have started on tyre-wise, as we see Dyson put in the fastest lap at 1:39.9. Let's go through the tyres actually. We've got Dyson on the mediums, Brian on softs, Gaming in softs on softs. We've got Cherry Bomb in 4th, also on softs. Sue Brown in softs. Brian Mechanic, he's on softs as well, and actually he gets the fastest lap from Dyson at 1:39.5 now for Brian Mechanic. Brig Mac is taking Benzo at turn 1 again, so these two are flipping positions between the two of them, but he's on softs as well. Benzo on the mediums, Captain Slow on the softs. Interestingly, Kebabman is on the hard tyres, so he's going to start. He started on the hard tyres, those, and then hard also for Jabba. This must be all the hards at the back here, and then we've got Conrad on the medium. So most people have gone with the softs, which is not really any surprise. A few with the mediums and a couple with the hard. So, right selection of tyre compounds that people are starting with. Now, softs probably aren't going to last that many laps, as we see Jabba taking like a Batman. Does he? Because it's through this really tricky chicane, the start of the technical section. He didn't. He let him have it in the end. But this battle at the front's hotting up, and look at Brian now attacking Dyson, and then background you've got Cherry Bomb attacking Idle 4 Gaming. So let's have a look at this battle first, see if he does it. Brian does get the slip, does get the inside line. Nice clean move, clean as you like. As Cherry also does it as clean, but does he get it done? He does. Just about up the inside of the Falcon car. Although that's not a done deal yet, because Idle 4 Gaming is going to be on the inside, but he braved it out, did Cherry Bomb, and kept his foot planted. So around the outside, Idle 4 Gaming, then back to fourth. As you can see with the soft tyres already worn after just 5 laps, as Idle 4 Gaming has another look. Now this is quite a possible chance here. Wyden's right up here on this left-hander. If Idle 4 Gaming, although he's on the outside, if he can get his nose in front, coming down to the start of the, or through the chicane, get it done. Can he get it stopped though? I think it's going to be tricky, although if he stays on the outside, it's going to be on the inside if we get there, if the cars move out of the way. There you go. No, he didn't. He decided to back off. Did Idle 4 Gaming, didn't want to go through there side by side with Cherry Bomb. It's already hotting up to be a great battle. As I say, the 3 of these 50-minute Enduros, and then all the rest consist of 2 25-minute races, so still 50 minutes, but split. It's the easy calculations out of the way. So Brian the mechanic then still, I was going to say still holding that fastest lap, but actually the other Brian Moncani, is just beating it with a 1:39.1, so almost in the 38s. But Brian is our leader. So we see him coming down. He's got a healthy lead as well. He's really pulling away from Dyson. He's got that wrong though. You could see that was going to happen. Couldn't get that braking at all, but fortunately it's a long way ahead of Dyson, although he might get a penalty for that. Let's see. I think he's got away with it then. Oh, it goes wide again. No, again. It looked like it was off the track then, but no, that is all okay. Dyson now attacking. Dyson, that was put right after he's off from Brian, his little mistake. So these two still going strong at the front. Cherry Bomb still under attack from Idle 4 Gaming, 3rd and 4th place. But this battle at the front here, this could be the battle that we're going to see most of throughout this coming season. Hopefully, all being one make, of course, it's going to be a little bit closer. Everyone's in the same car, remember, so no one's really got any advantage other than the fact that people are starting on different tyres, but it should even itself out as the stops and that come into play. But it's all going to be down to the driver's strategy on these Enduros, whether they got it right or they got it wrong ultimately at the end of the day. So we'll have to see. But these softs are lap 6 now, and there's still some life in them. Completely dead, but I'm going to start feeling them soon. Some of these corners. Idle 4 Gaming still trying to chase down Cherry Bomb. Dyson still trying to chase down Brian at the front. So Dyson get there. He's going to have a little look, I think, but he's going to be a bit too far back there. Does Brian get it stopped this time? Yeah, he's learnt his lesson this time around. Gets that stop. Dyson in 2nd then. Cherry Bomb in 3rd. Idle 4 Gaming in 4th. Brian the mechanic then in 5th. Be interesting to see now if anyone does actually beat that time. Of course, there's some people who've still got to come on the soft tyres, so it's quite possible that he will get beaten. In fact, it could be Brian that beats his own time, but we'll see. 1:39.1 is the target at the moment, as we see Brian the mechanic coming round this 100R corner, and then it's hard on the brakes. Next left. Wyden's right out, as you can see, got plenty, just let it drift out to the right, the foot down. Sonny Brown, Idle 4 Gaming, they're your teammates here on the Falcon team. It's my team as well, Team 6. So come on, Team 6, not that I'm biased or anything, but come on, boys. Great looking cars as well, or great looking liveries. Same liveries on all the cars throughout all of the leagues as well. So the Falcon is not just on these here in League 2, it's in all the other leagues as well. For Team 6, it's basically Team 6 livery, and all the others are their own liveries as well. So whatever you see is what everyone else has got within that team. So you'll pick it up as you go along, don't worry. I'm going to keep explaining it anyway. I think you probably understand it. So Brian's still leading it from Dyson. Mediums look to be looking okay at the moment on them tyres, don't they? The mediums don't seem to be too bad at all. I actually found, personally, in the GR3 that I was in, that the mediums were a lot better than the softs. I managed it probably only about 7 laps on the soft, maybe 8 at a push, but yeah, not many at all. He's going to get a couple more out of that. Certainly mediums will. Cherry Bomb now under attack from Idle4 Gaming. Look at this now. It's a little bit of a gap at the front, so this is the battle. 3rd and 4th for that podium spot. Cherry Bomb still holding off Idle4 Gaming as they come through the chicane. Again, don't want to be too much power through there because back end will go, as well as on this cambered corner here as well. Easy to go off to the right if you're not careful. It's all cambered actually, because you're all starting to come uphill here on this last section. It's all uphill turns. Just got to be steady through there. Here at the Fuji International Speedway, right on the foot of the Fuji itself, the foothills. Beautiful day. We're not expecting any wet stuff, any rain. So hopefully it will stay fully dry for the entire 30 laps. So on to lap 9. These boys are still leading the race. Cherry Bomb 3rd place, 4 Gaming in 4th. Brian the Mechanic on his own now in 5th. Not really sure what lap they'll be coming in. Oh, half a second for him. Just overstepping the track limits there. But I'm not too sure what time, what lap the drivers will be thinking to come in. As I say, it all depends on how many they want to run on each of the tyre, really. So there's not really any pit window as such. So we'll see Brown coming round as well. So it's a little bit spread out here at the back end of the field. Captain slowed out after his little error at the start of the race. He's got himself back up to 7th spot, so he's pushing on for sure in that Lucky Strike team. For 17. Just a little dab of the brake as you come around that right hand, and then just let it roll around there on its own. Again here, just get it straightened up and then apply the power. Benzo, his teammate, in 8th place. As I say, it's all spread out a little bit here. The battles are certainly at the front of the race here, but remember, still a long way to go. So Benzo in 8th. We've got Conrod in 9th. Looks like the Big Mac is actually the first one to blink and he's going in. No, he isn't. He fooled me there by heading towards the pit entrance, but then decided to give it another lap. So maybe he was going to, and then thought, no, I'll have another one. Maybe just changed his strategy last minute there for the Big Mac. See if that works for him. Jabba in 11th, under pressure from the Kebab Man in 12th. So having their own little private battle at the back here, and much in these at all, is there? Kebab Man's got a little bit of glitching going on, but to be fair, we had quite a lot of it going on and out when we was racing as well. So I just think it was a bit of a glitchy night. But anyway, Kebab Man, will he get Jabba down here at turn 1? No, he didn't, so he just sits behind. goes again. So they're just going around turn 1, these boys. Here's our leaders that's just coming up to turn 1, just going across the start and finish, start lap 11. So they're actually not that far behind the boys at the back there. So no one's been in yet. So we've got plenty of life. And just as I say that, Brian the mechanic comes in 5th place. I think Brian was on the soft tyres, racing soft, so let's be interesting to see what he decides to choose as his next. So we managed to get, 11 laps out of them, so that's not bad going. Captain slows in as well. So a couple in now to get their soft tyres off. Maybe just feeling it a little bit. So Brian's coming on medium tyres, so Brian the mechanic's on mediums. So we should get a little longer out of those medium tyres when he gets out back on track, as we see Idle Full Gaming right up behind Cherry Bomb. So Idle 4, remember, is on soft tyres as well. I fancy that he might decide to come in. He's got a little bit of fuel left, but he might as well, in my eyes anyway, he might as well get that change, do his change now after the start of lap 12. Then is whether he goes on, whether he decides to go hard or medium. So let's see. I would imagine he will come in now. Might decide he's got enough for another lap, maybe. No, he is going to stay out for another one. So yeah, he fancies another lap on what he's got. So fair play to him. C Brown. Another one. He's got plenty of fuel, so he's done a good job of keeping his fuel front left, which is the one that will get most punishment around here, or that left side, being that it is a clockwise circuit. They're going to get the most punishment around here. Looks like he's diving in, so yeah, so he's in for his first stop. C Brown, Penzo then, the pressure from Conrad. Well, in fact, it's three here, isn't it? In a row here, we've got Conrad, Benzo. Who's this? Brian the mechanic, who's been in and come out, remember? So he's on those mediums, isn't he? So we've got back to 7th place, I should say, for Bright. So past C Brown in pit lane, and what can he do about these two in front of him? Big Max in as well. He's going to come off his softs now. Our leaders are still out. So it'll be a race in pit lane from our leaders where they both decide to come in at the same time. They're on different tyres, remember, so maybe not, but might be a race in pit lane, mightn't it? Let's see as we watch Benzo under pressure from Conrad and Conrad under pressure from Bright. Mechanic. I wonder if he is actually a mechanic. I guess he must be. So he's handy to have, isn't he, in your team? Any issues with the car? Just give it to Bright. As he comes down now to the chicane on the outside. Yeah, he stays well out of the way there. C Brown in 8th spot. And Captain Slow was the other one that came in. He came out on hard, so he's getting his hard tyres out of the way. "12 laps in." Go back to that battle between Conrad and Benzo and Roy. This is certainly where it is. Benzo's still holding off Conrad, but they're just on the start finish now, and they're going to be slipstream city now for Brian. Might get double slipstream. He's right up behind Benzo now. But it's getting blocked by Conrad, who's managed to get past up into 5th place for Conrad, but Brian's going to have him. Brian's going to be down the inside of both of them, and he's going to get the job done and get himself up in the 5th place. The braking zone at turn 1. Can he get it stopped? Can they all get it stopped? They all run it wide as Conrad tries to switch back. Brian gone a bit wide, but he gets it. So Brian into 5th place, Benzo 6th, Conrad 7th. So actually Benzo just lost that one spot actually in the end. So it didn't work out too bad for him, but Brian's clearly got a lot more pace than these two at the moment. The battle rages on. Brian's already clearing off ahead of him. Side by side through left-hander. Conrad now get the run on Benzo, and he's back to 7th now, so Conrad does get that job done, and he's now got to try and chase down Brian in front of him. Didn't want to let Brian go. He could see that he had a little bit more pace, so Conrad thought, right, I've got to get past, got to try and go with Bright. Talking of Bright, we've got the other Bright who's in pit lane along with Cherry Bomb, but that does mean that Dyson is staying out on his medium tyres, and he takes the lead now of the race, lap 14. He's got a lovely lead as well. He's got no one behind him. The two that was behind him in 2nd and 3rd are both in pit lane and both stationary. So if he can pull himself a lovely lead, an Idle 4 Gaming, who's effectively going to be 2nd place man, it's going to be Fat Brian's just coming out his knee in front of Idle 4 Gaming. There's Brian just leaving pit lane now. Where's Idle 4? There he is. So actually, Brian Moncani does still come out in 2nd place, but he's quite a long way back off of Dyson, but of course he's still got to stop. So Idle 4 up to 3rd spot. Cherry Bomb in 4th. On the mediums, Idle 4 on the mediums. So yeah, quite a lot of them. He was on the softs, gone to the mediums for this 2nd stint. It's a 2-stop race, or it can be a 2-stop race. Again, depends on your strategy, but it's quite easy stop racing. We've got a yellow flag and someone's binned it here at the final corner. Who's that? Whoever it is right in front of Dyson at this point. We will see. It's the Big Mac. So what happened to him? Let's see. We go back and see what happened. He's sitting there in the middle of the track. So let's have a look. It comes up to the final corner. 11th place. Up the inside goes Kebab Man, and I think he just put him off. He didn't actually hit him, and I think he just completely didn't realise he was there. Maybe completely threw him off. Gets back on track, and then gets the blue flag because Dyson was coming up behind him. So our leader Dyson then, this Big Mac goes in. No, he don't. He's faint. He's done it again, hasn't he, Timmy? He stayed out. He just takes a really wide line, the Big Mac. So he keeps fooling me. We're thinking he's going to go in, but I think he's actually been in, to be fair. But Dyson then got to try and get back behind him, even though he passed him, didn't he? At the start of that straight, but then he got it back, did the Big Mac, even though he is a lap down. He wanted to stay on the lead lap, really, the Big Mac, but unfortunately he couldn't keep Dyson behind him. So it does mean he's a lap down now on our leader. It's Brian Moncani coming over the line now to start lap 15. So halfway through this race then. Gaming in 3rd, Cherry Bomb in 4th, that stays the same. So nothing happening between the top 4 at the moment. Brian the Mechanic in 5th. Benzo in 6th place. Have to come in soon. There's Conrad coming in on in 8th spot. See going on. It's on mediums. Actually, he's changed to medium, so whatever he was on, softs, I think, he's gone on the mediums for this one. Captain Slow also in, so he's going on the hards this time. So this will be his 2nd stop already. So he that's the longest stint maybe on one of the other compounds. Big Mac in 12th, so Captain Slow back down to 11th, but our leader now, Dyson, is in. So this is his 1st stop of the race. Halfway through, as I say. Let's see where he comes out. Here's Brian coming round now, so he's going to get him, isn't he, in pit lane. He's just pulling up to his box now. He's Dyson. So Brian's going to do this quite easily, actually. Guys will be putting in the fuel and putting on the tyres now, but he's going to pass him and he's going to take the lead right at this point now. Here you go. Lap 16 it is. He's going to have quite a healthy lead over Dyson because he's just leaving pit lane now and he's going round turn 1, so he has pulled out quite a nice lead as Bright Moncani. Round 100 up. To this left-hander now. Should last pretty well, the mediums. Dyson's come out on hard, so he's going to have his next stint, his first stint, second stint even. His first stop on hards. Before gaming in third. He's on the mediums along with Cherry Bomb. He's on the mediums, so these two might actually catch up with Dyson on them hard tyres. He's going to struggle pace-wise. Obviously, you're going to lose a little bit more pace on those hard tyres against the softer the mediums, but how much depends really. How the driver takes to them, or how the car takes to them. More importantly, there is your gap between second and third. In fact, there's your leader coming down to turn one now, so there's your gap between first, second and third. There's fourth. So it's all quite close up there, top four. So it's all still to play for on those podium places, isn't it? Jerry Bomb in fourth, Brian the Mechanic into fifth, and he's not that far behind him either. So he could easily come into play and get involved amongst those top four. Three, certainly, and he's pushing hard. I don't know, looking at his fuel, looks like he's, in comparison with the tyre wear, to me, I wouldn't have thought he filled right up there. It looks like he maybe just give it like 3/4 fuel, because that seems a lot. That seems to have gone down very quick compared with the tyre wear on that you can see there. So I might be wrong, but maybe he just done a sort of a 3/4 fill last time out, and then he's going to go for the big one for the final push. That's my theory anyway. Probably completely wrong. Never get these things right, but he's in fifth. Conrad there in sixth place. He was in a good battle at one point, wasn't he, between Benzo himself and I can't think who the other one was. There was three of them, wasn't there? Benzo, wasn't it? Oh, Benzo, Conrad, yeah, and there was another one, wasn't there? But he's on his own a little bit now, as we see Idle Gaming in the pit lane now, so he's back to fifth. It's been Benzo in seventh, Bad Man in eighth, C Brown ninth, there's Captain Slow in 10th, who's gone in again, so he's had two stops now, Captain Slow, so maybe he's thinking he can finish this off, get this done now on those medium tyres and fuel to the end. So maybe he's done all of his trying to get that right through to the end now. There's Jabba in 11th, blue flag means car approaching our leaders. Big Mac in 12th place has just been passed by Enzo in 7th. Castro livery looks like, I don't know, when I first see it, it looked like it looked like a Christmas thing, didn't it? It looked like sort of, yeah, wrapping paper, but actually, the more I look at it, the more I'm quite like it actually. Wasn't too sure about it when I first see it, but actually it's actually not too bad. It actually quite suits that car too. He's chasing down Benzo in 7th, although as I say, he has been lapped the Big Mac, so this is trying to get back onto the lead lap, of course. Let's go back to our leader, Brian, and he's pulling away. Dyson's in again. He's had enough on those hard tyres, so he's coming in. So Brian then first, that means Cherry Bomb has picked up second place. There, where are we? Yeah, he's a little way behind. Got himself the back mark up between himself and our leader Brian Carney. It's the other Brian, the mechanic. I just call one Brian because that is what it says, and maybe the other one is Brian, rather than the full names as we go through this season. So what are we? 30 minutes in, 32 minutes in, 19 laps through. I'm just conscious now of the time and the called-in time, so I don't want it to cut off like it did previously. As we see Dyson down to fourth now after his second stop, and he's come out on those soft tyres. So now, does he think that he can make those softs last for 11 laps? He obviously filled right up to the brim on the fuel, but the fuel, if anything, is going to be the issue here. Tyres obviously won't last very long either, but fuel is going to have to maybe think about a bit of fuel saving before we get to the end, but we've still got 10 laps yet to worry about that, I guess. But fourth place it is for him, and then Idle Gaming in fifth. It's just too short, struggling a little bit at the moment. I think he had some technical issues with the car or with his mechanical areas within the car, that things weren't quite right. I don't know how bad they were, but by all accounts they weren't great, and so he's trying to keep yourself in there, and he's in there in fifth place. I was doing well at the moment if those problems were as bad as what was reported. Hopefully he'll get them fixed and sorted out for the rest of the rounds. I hope so, because he's one of my teammates. So up the Falcon. He's a great racer. We've seen it last time out, so I'm sure we'll get that, whatever the problem is, sorted. So we see Conrad in sixth place now. That black and silver West livery. Down to the chicane now. Again, it's quite simple livery, quite a simple design, but actually another car that suits quite well, to be fair. Quite fits quite nicely on there, doesn't it? As he comes around now through this last couple of corners. Benzo in that lucky strike. Number 17 car in seventh place, just gone past the Big Mac, who decides to do a bit of grass cutting while he's there. Completely cut that corner. Did the Big Mac, must have got that wrong. Either that or he was keeping out of the way, trying to keep out of the way of whoever's behind him. There's Kebab Man there. Oh, it was the Kebab Man who was fighting with him. It's Kebab Man that was trying to get past the Big Mac, and what will he do? And he's had it again. Big Mac's had another off there. Exactly the same again. I think he's trying his best to try and get out of the way, but fortunately for him, I think he got in the way a little bit and ended up losing a little bit of control of that then. C. Brown in ninth, Captain Slow in 10th, Brian Moncani, our leader, behind him now, coming up with Jabber in 11th and Big Mac in 12th. Here they are. It's not always a fan's favourite, this track, if I'm honest. You like it or you don't, but everyone's got to race it, so there's always going to be a circuit throughout the season that one of the drivers don't really like, and I guess this is one of them that a lot of the drivers not a fan of, but you know, it's pretty good. Once you get enough of it, if you do enough of it, it's actually not that bad in the end. Brian, our leader, comes round 100R and into the next left-hander. Slow, trying to go with him and watch his lines, see what he can learn from being behind him. 10th place, just to see where Brian goes. He might be able to pick up a few little tips before the end of the race. We're coming into the last 8 laps now. Cherry Bomb has got himself to 2nd spot. Some way behind our leader, but I'm sure he'll be happy with 2nd if it stays like this, Cherry Bomb. Big Mac's teammate in the Castrol car. And Dyson, who's got himself now up into 3rd place, still in those soft tyres. He's going to see it through, isn't he? And actually, as he come in, he must have... No, he hasn't come in for fuel. I thought he might have gone in for... Oh, again, he gets it wrong. A little bit of a wiggle there for Dyson. But he is holding that fastest lap, so he has beaten Brian's and he's gone into the zeros, the 139.0 now. So taking a little bit of time off of Brian's previous 139.1. So he's got the fastest lap, if nothing else at the moment, but certainly in 3rd. Be happy with a podium, I think. Brian, the mechanics come in now. And I would imagine he's be coming in to go on the soft tyres just to finish off these last 7 laps. Brian, the mechanic. Let's pick through. Let's watch them in action, shall we? Himself well on the marks. Now tyres are on, fuel's in, fuel up. Where's he going to come out? We've got no one behind him, so it looks like he's going to come back out in 5th place, or did he lose? He might have lost 4th place there actually to Conrad. He did, so he's back to 5th. Conrad's gone through to 4th place. There he is. But looks like Conrad's going to have to come in, so Brian might get out of 5th place back again, because it looks like Conrad's, if anything's going to have to come in for fuel. Got what? 7 laps to go now. 8 if you include 7.5 with this one. There's Brian, the mechanic. He's got up. Oh no, he's come out on the hards. I was surprised. Okay, so maybe he hasn't used them yet, and obviously you've got to use all 3 compounds. So if that is the case, he's obviously left them hards compound to this last final stint. Maybe he's thinking, well, people are going to go on the softs, they're not going to last very long, they're going to have to come in for fuel, and maybe he's thinking, well, maybe I can take advantage of this, get himself past them while they're in pit lane. Or I might just be talking absolute nonsense. Which is quite feasible. Sue Brown in 6th place. It's a steady race for C. Brown. He's really put a foot wrong as he throughout this. Not really been in any sort of real pressure from sort of in and around him. So he's kept himself to himself. He's in 6th place. He's on the hard tyres. They'll be fine to the end now. It's just where he can get. And checker flag comes up. And slow in 7th place on the medium tyres. Might have a bit of a fuel problem, so I think he might have to come in for a splash and a dash. Benzo, how's he looking? Well, he's on the softs. His fuel's looking okay, so I think he'll be fine to the end, excuse me. So actually, if Captain Slow does come in to take that fuel, then Benzo will be there to maybe take that 7th place off him. Batman in 9th, so again it's closed up a little bit here, isn't it? Between 8th and 9th and 7th really, it was all quite close. So the Batman then pushing on. softs as well. So he's going to the end. In fact, that's a different West livery, isn't it? Slightly darker West livery. It's still West, but they've decided to. It's a slightly different shade in that one, but I presume that's the same teammates. Jabber in the Valvoline in 10th. Not really got going on this one, as he Jabber, as he goes really wide and takes a lot of the runoff back on track. Should be alright. He didn't really gain anything there, did he? So I doubt he'll get a penalty for that. Fortunately, there was a runoff there. You're not hitting any walls. And the Big Mac in 11th place. The soft tyres as well, which will see him through to the end. So back to our leader, Brian. And, well, he's coming up to lap 6th place, C. Brown, actually. So he's carving his way through the field. Little flash of the lights towards C. Brown, just to let him know he's there and to give him a bit of space. See if he takes any notice of that, shall we? As we come down to turn 1. He's not going to make the move there anyway. He's way too far back to make a clean move there. But let's see. Does C. Brown move out of the way? I think he just went wide, actually. So let's see. I think he will move out of the way if I'm... Yeah, he does. He's kind of staying to the left, isn't he? Or maybe not. No, he's thinking, no, Brian, you know what, mate? You'll have to fight to... Again, the trouble is, it gets him now, Brian, but the trouble is, the drivers obviously don't want to go a lap down. They want to stay on that lead lap. So they're battling hard to just stay in front all the time, but it didn't quite work out there for C. Brown. But Brian is going to have to come in for fuel. Will he stay on those tyres, or will he see those out to the last 4 laps? Conrod's in. He might just come in for his splash and dash for Brian. Definitely be coming in. So Brian's coming round this final sector now. Where's Cherry Bomb in conjunction? Yeah, he's just coming into that final section, so he could take the lead here. Now it all depends. Brian Moncani's pit crew will be ready, be on standby, and they'll be. This is what they train for during the week. See how quick they can do this splash and dash for Brian Moncani. It's going to have to be absolutely miraculous, isn't it? Because he's coming around the final corner now from Cherry Bomb, but it is only fuel, remember. It just depends. I think he's going to take the lead, you know, Cherry Bomb. This might work out nicely for him. Let's see where we are. Look, he's not even in his box yet, is he? He's coming in now, and Cherry Bomb is going to take the lead. Just like that. So our leader, got a new leader, Cherry Bomb, is in the house. And tyres are fine, but now he might have to come in for fuel. So, might actually work back in the favour of Brian Moncani here. Dyson's obviously taken 2nd place as well from Brian, but there's Brian in 2nd. And let's see. He did take tyres as well, so Brian, he did leave hards till the end. Just took a little bit of fuel. So he's lightened the load. Just gone onto those hard tyres. But Dyson's up to 2nd, but Cherry Bomb now, our leader. Very interesting to see, because I think his fuel gauge is going to start flashing very soon. By the time we get to the end of this lap, right on cue, there it is, it's flashing now. So he's going to think, right, okay, so a bit late to fuel save now. We're going to have to come in. But does he decide to take tyres as well? I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. He's coming round the right and left-handers now. Where's Dyson? He's just coming into them, so it's not going to make any difference. So we actually might get Dyson as our new leader now. Again, still holding that fastest lap as well, 1:39.0 for Dyson. So Cherry Bomb is going in now. So Dyson will take the lead coming into these last 3 laps. What's going to happen here in League 2 here at Fuji International Speedway? Dyson, our leader, closely followed by Brian Moncani in second. Brian's in the best position here. He's got fresh tyres. Hopefully he's got enough fuel to last him if his calculations have worked out correctly. Dyson, on the other hand, hasn't got such great tyres, and well, he might have just about enough as well to fuel, but his tyres are not great, though he is on the softs as opposed to the hards, but they're going to feel not great now as they start to wear. Yes, it's going to be tough for Dyson to stay where he is here with that left side tyre going. Remember, you can't run a lap with a full red tyre. In fact, with these new physics on here now, I don't think you probably can anyway, but it's one of the rules here. No more than one full lap on a fully red tyre. So looking at that front left, it's going to be a challenge for Dyson. But on the other hand, he is leading this race. And I think at the moment will feel like, although he won't know, of course, what Dyson's situation is, so he'll be trying to go as quick as he can and probably hoping that a little mistake from Dyson, but obviously not going to know what his tyres or his fuel situation is. Cherry Bomb, after his pit, has come in and come out in front of his teammate in third. Cherry Bomb, that's his Big Mac. Now he's got every right to be able to bump draft him because they are teammates, and he's going to get a little bump draft from him, or maybe he's not. Big Mac, his teammate, he's going to go past him. I thought teammates could actually bump draft, but again, I might have to read the old rule book on that one. I'm pretty sure it's allowed. Ryan the mechanic then in fourth. He'll be okay there in fourth place as he comes to start lap 29 and the penultimate lap now. I don't think he's going to get any better than fourth, although it does depend on whether Dyson has to come in. Conrad in fifth. C. Brown in sixth. As I say, he's been pretty comfortable all the way through, really. Benzo in seventh. Lots of twitchy moments now as the tyres are beginning to wear thin. Bad Man there in eighth place. So he's chasing down Benzo. He's on the soft tyres as well, so he's eyeing up seventh place as Kebab Man. Jabber in ninth. He's off a little bit there at the final corner. Captain Slow in 10th, not far behind him. So there's a few little battles going on in the race now, 4 positions. And Big Mac in 11th. And I'll tell you who we have gone missing. We've lost Idle 4 Gaming. I told you that he was having issues, and those issues have obviously stopped him from continuing. He's had to tuck the car into the garage, shutters down, and that's the end of that. So it's just unfortunate when you know you had issues to start with. The car was going okay, just hoping and praying that everything was going to work out until the end, and clearly it hasn't quite worked out for him. He'd be gutted there, but I suppose the only plus side is that it is only round 1, so yes, you'll be losing a few points here, but you have got a long way to go the rest of the season. So providing they can get the whatever issues it is sorted by the next round, then I'm sure we'll see Idle 4 Gaming up there fighting for podiums, wins. So Dyson, unbelievably, actually I won't say that because I know he's a good driver, and I know he's capable of doing this, but from the situation he was with his tyres and the fuel, in actual fact, you've got to say that's pretty good strategy and good driving, because look where they are now, barely anything on his front tyre, barely any fuel, but obviously just enough to get him across the line to finish this 30 lap race here at Fuji International Speedway. Congratulations to Dyson, well done. Race winner, round 1. Ryan, he'll take 2nd place. But again, probably a bit gutted. He could have got a little bit more there at one point. Cherry Bomb, he'll be delighted with 3rd place. I know he will. As he comes in on the podium. All these drivers really pushing the fuel to the limits, but hey, you've got enough to get across that line. That's all that matters at the end of the day. So Cherry Bomb in 3rd. Rider Mechanic will come in 4th. Little moment at the end there for Bry. Again, another one that's gauged the fuel perfectly. Looking at the gauge. 4th place for him. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. 5th for Conrad. Seen a couple of battles there, wasn't he, in the end, Conrad, but managed to get away from them all. Finished in 5th place, so that's pretty good as well for Conrad. Well done. C. Brown will come in 6th. Looks like everyone actually managed to get another lap in, or maybe all of them, but C. Brown coming round the final corner now, takes 6th place. So well done to C. Brown, and well done to Team Falcon. Benzo will just hold off Kebabman for 7th, Kebabman in 8th, and then we got Jabba, who didn't quite get another lap in 9th, Captain Slow in 10th, and I think that was the Big Mac in 11th. So that was your round 1 here at Fuji International Speedway. Hope you enjoyed that. That's a little bit of a taste of what's to come. So next round is our 2 sprint 25-minute races. So enjoy me again for that. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.